so light in here. Diggity darty darn. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Crystal, and I'll be your teacher and your host. Welcome to 5-Star Baking and Cooking Classes. Okay, so we are going to be making Pennsylvania Dutch Shoofly pie. It is a really delicious pie. They do have different varieties of the Shoofly pie. They have a wet bottom pie. Then you have a pie that's a Shoofly pie, but it's more of a crumble, like a coffee cake. Okay, so this pie actually is in between. So you can have it as a regular pie for dessert, or you can have it as an accompaniment to like maybe a dinner or breakfast, something like that. Okay, but this one is really, really good. It's really simple to make, doesn't take a lot of ingredients. Now, prior to us starting the class, I had actually already did the pastry. And I will tell you one thing. Don't shy away from making this pie or any of the other pies. You know, they have some really good pie crust already prepared, you know, in the freezer section, like Pillsbury, or even in the dairy section, ones where you roll out. I must say, though, the ones that you roll out are a little bit different. So I do recommend you getting the pie shells already in the frozen section. Okay, and I'm going to do a whole separate video on just like different crusts alone. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is aim to show you how to make a pie crust. Now, I have my pie crust frame. I've had this for a very, very, very long time. Like you can't find these like this anymore. Me and the baking and cooking tools, you know, I'm always on a hunt for like really good tools. Okay, so I've already prepared the crust ahead of time, and I've already preheated my oven to 375 degrees. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to focus on making the mix. Okay, so I'm actually going to put that aside, and I'm going to bring this over here. We're going to make the mix by mixing your flour, your baking soda. I also have some cinnamon, cloves, your nutmegs, and ginger in here. Okay, so it's a little bit almost like your pumpkin spice again. You just are minus one of the spices, okay? So what you want to do is you want to take this, and as I stated previously, I was going to say yesterday, but in any video where you're mixing spices, you want to whisk and make sure that your spices are fully in. And this right here is for the crumble, okay? So the crumble is what you have that actually goes on top of the Shoofly pie, and also in it. So because again, this is a mixture of your crumb, Shoofly pie, and your wet bottom, okay? Okay. So now, your pastry blenders, there are so many different pastry blenders in the market. It's always good to invest in a really good pastry blender. I have a few pastry blenders. As you can see, I kind of keep multiples of everything, of measuring cups, of measuring spoons. I have multiples of every baking item you could possibly want. Okay, but these are two of your pastry blenders. There is a big difference when it comes to pastry blenders. Okay, first of all, it's the size. As you can see, like, this is a really huge size. And, you know, it can be for a person who has big hands, or if you're mixing a dough such as for like cinnamon rolls, or like a strudel, where the dough is a little bit more rough or tough. And not as delicate, okay? And then this one, of course, it's smaller, primarily used for just blending maybe your butter product with a dry product, okay? So I just wanted to kind of show you. Plus, some of the difference are plastic handles, metal handles. It's always good to invest in good products. That way you're not in the middle of something and they break, okay? Always simple to do it that way. Okay, so I'm just going to go down. I'm going to shave this. Okay. And the reason I'm doing it this way is because I actually had it so that it was already put into the form that I needed to. And also, too, it makes it of a fine crumble. It's almost like shaving sugar. That's what you want to call it, shaving sugar. Shaving sugar. So I tell you, today was a beautiful day outside. I'm so glad. Like, I love snow, but I only love snow when I can just like sit in the house and not do anything. You know, like, that's the only time I love snow. If I have to go outside, I cannot stand snow. So funny, like, when you're a kid and, you know, you couldn't wait for it to snow and you're running outside and trying to build an angel in the snow or something like that. And you don't even mind how cold it is until after the fact you're just like completely freezing, your hands are cold. You think you're gonna like double up on your gloves, and it's just not happening. And then your fingers burn, and you just want to cry your eyeballs out. Yes. It's so horrible.
It's the worst. It's the worst.
It is the worst. Okay, so I'm going to add a stick of butter to this. And this is what's going to make our crumb. Yeah, it is absolutely the worst. I used to hate that. My poor hands would be so cold. And sometimes you would want to stay out and play as long as you possibly could, you know? Even if you knew that it was going to be really, 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 really cold, you just wanted to stay out. Yeah. And come in and be able to watch cartoons. Yeah. That's so different. I mean, they have like Cartoon Network now, but now like everybody is like, you know, the kids now, they have the games and yeah.
Social media.
Yeah, they have more, you're right, more of like your social media. You know what I'm going to do? Because can be like, I just want to kind of show you this, and I don't. I'm going to switch it, so just bear with me, to a bigger bowl. That way I can just maneuver. Yes, I keep a lot of my bowls here, so. Yes, I do.
A lot of bowls.
A lot of my bowls. Yes, I do. And you'll see it makes it a lot easier. So, save yourself the headache. And just put it in a bigger bowl. See, I had to get a bigger bowl after all. Like, okay. So, now, it makes it a lot quicker. And you don't have to worry about it falling out. And you're going to keep doing this until you get a crumble. I know what I can't wait to do, and that's roller skate. Roller skate! Let's see. And when you're doing a crumble, it's going to look like little pebbles. That lets you know you're on the right track when it comes to making this. You want it to be crumbly. That's how you know. Okay. Okay. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put this crumble aside. Okay. And we are going to make the second part of the filling. Okay, so you do need you need boiling water, and you're going to see, but I'm not going to boil the water. I'm going to do the shortcut, okay? I'm going to put it in the microwave for 1 minute and make it extra, extra, extra hot. I don't need to see bubbles. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to boil it in the microwave. Okay. But what you're going to do with the filling is you're going to take some molasses. Okay. There we go. All right. We're going to take egg. We're going to take some baking soda. And we are going to take very, 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 very hot water.
Very, very hot.
Very, very, very hot. Okay.
See, it's a process. 1 minute.
Okay. So, with that,
Be careful. Kids,
you're going to whisk it. And make sure that it's thoroughly mixed. Okay. And that's why you need hot water, okay? Make sure it's very hot. Either you put it in the microwave for at least a minute so that it's really hot, or you actually boil your water. You can tell you're starting to get, it's like a foamy look. That's when you can tell that it's starting to be mixed well.
It looks like Coca-Cola.
Yes, yes. It looks like a very thick Coca-Cola. Okay. Then what you're going to do, okay, so we have that. Now what we're going to do is we are going to add about 1/4 cup. We're going to mix it again. Okay. We are going to pour it. Okay.
Oh, wow.
And then we're going to take the crumb.
Crumbs. Just pour it in.
And we are going to pour it on top. And you're just going to keep doing this until you actually go through all of the crumb. Now, when you do this, you're going to bake it in the oven for approximately 50 minutes to an hour. Check it in about 50 minutes. And how you'll check it is you'll put a knife or a toothpick inserted. If you see that it doesn't come out clean, it is not done. then let it bake for an additional 10 minutes. If you go and you put the knife or the toothpick in and it comes out clean, you are done. Now, very quick, going to be really delicious. This is going to, as it bakes, it is going to rise. It's not going to rise too much, but it is going to rise to where it comes to the edges of the pie crust. Okay, and then I will see you back in about an hour with the finished product. As always, thank you. Bye. Mwah. Mwah. Thank you.
Thanks.